All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? How are you doing? Listen, thanks for liking, thanks for sharing, subscribing, listening to wherever you're getting your watching it on the YouTube, listening to it, Spotify, Apple, Podbean, wherever you're getting those podcasts from. I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate the support, the comments. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, whatever you like, I don't care. I have everything turned on. All the comments turned on. Say what you like. It's a lot of fun to interact with you. Also, check out my other podcast with my good buddy Corey Brooks, The Manxiety Show. It's a fun show. It's funny. Give it a listen. Where can you see Mick Thomas live? All right. Get up close and personal with Mick Thomas on September 8th at the Pittsburgh Improv. Come on down. Going to be there, having some giggles. September 17th, I will be at Governor's in the Giggle Room, the little room. 60 people. Why, Mick Thomas? Why are you doing a 60-seater? I'll tell you why. I'm gearing up to tape him a 1-hour special at the end of the year, and I'm trying to work out the material and see how it sounds. What order will the jokes be in? All of that stuff. So come down, check it out. Get a sneak preview. October 14th, I am in Utah. Going up to the Mormons. Don't know exactly the details yet. I mean, I do know the details, but I want to just clarify it. When I find out more, I'll let you know. So people on Utah, stand by, clear your date, October 14th and November 25th, 26th. That's when I'm taping my special down in Florida, Madcap Comedy Club in New Smyrna Beach. That's where I'm going to be. And there's some little gigs along the way. You could pop up, always at the comic strip, always local, always at little comedy clubs around the town. Come by, say hello. Anyway. What did I want to talk about today? Do you like the new place? Yeah, it's alright, innit? It's alright. It's better in the living room with the dog fucking barking. Had to find this new spot. It works for me, I think. I like it. But anyway. What did I want to talk about today? It was weird. I've always wanted to talk about this topic and just didn't know how to approach it, right? Because there could be consequences based on it. And the reason I'm talking about, it's about a person. It's about a gentleman that you've probably seen on if you either know exactly who he is or you don't know him at all. I've never heard of him. Yeah, I've kind of heard of him. Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is now an internet sensation. What's made him an internet sensation, right? Well, I think he's kind of got more and more mainstream because they banned him from Instagram. They banned him from Facebook. I don't know about YouTube yet, but they just banned him right now. Whenever I hear that someone gets kicked off a platform, I kind of gets on me tits a little bit because I'm a big man big advocate. I'm a big big advocate of freedom of speech. Say what you like. If someone doesn't like it, then you just don't have to. You can click, change a channel, swipe up, down, left, hit stop. Don't like it, give him a thumbs down. Whatever you want to do. You don't have to get somebody kicked off platforms just because it ain't your cup of tea, man. So I saw this guy a few months ago, and I was always intrigued, and I never commented on anything he said, because he kind of made sense. When he first burst onto the scene, Andrew Tate kind of made a lot of sense, right? And he still does with certain things, right? He's a big advocate for men. He is speaking out about how people are coming after men for toxic masculinity, meaning, you know what I mean by toxic masculinity, right? And we all know what that means in our heads, what we're thinking about. What we think about toxic masculinity is those catcalling guys, maybe bullies, like abusive males, right? Drywall punchers or whatever. But it trickled over like everything does, like the woke culture does. It trickles over into things that are not even to do with anything. You know what I mean? Like a guy who works out in a gym, who is in great shape, who has muscles, who can fight, probably, he takes jiu-jitsu lessons. He's a boxer, a kickboxer, like myself, like Andrew Tate. I'll get into that in a second. And then they kind of go, that's considered toxic masculinity because he's doing manly things. Nothing toxic about it. He's just being a man. So Andrew Tate was kind of like going after that, and I was all for it. And I'm listening to Andrew Tate, and he's great at getting his point across. He really is a very intelligent man, and so he would just go into like he goes after things like for example, like She-Hulk, right? And this is where we're going, and not many people want to speak out about it, because if you're in a circle and you talk about it with a bunch of people, there are going to be some people who are what's called woke, which I don't believe in being woke. I believe in just being kind, right? But and if you're in a circle and you're talking about something and you have a problem with like pronouns, for example, I'm just taking it as an example. If you have a problem with pronouns, like I watched the She-Hulk the other day. Crock of shit, by the way. Crock of shit. You all know Mick Thomas loves the comic books, loves the Marvel movies, the DC movies, loves it all. Loves it all. Even if the movie turns out to be bad, I still enjoy it. But the She-Hulk show on Disney Plus is terrible. Why? Because again, you're shoehorning your agenda in there. Can we not? Can we not? Can we just not? Can we just have the movie? Here's the point that I get. Here's the point that made me kind of furious in She-Hulk. I don't know if you're watching it. If you haven't watched it yet, it's a spoiler alert. Or if you've no intention of watching it. She-Hulk is Bruce Banner's cousin, Jennifer, I think Wilson her name is, or Watson. I'm not sure. Don't care. She's from a comic in the 80s. She gets Bruce Banner's blood into her based on a car accident. And then she now has the same powers as the original Hulk. So she becomes the She-Hulk. It's a comic book. They didn't just make it up to be woke. They didn't make it up to be progressive and like, let women have superheroes. She existed from the 80s before woke was a thing. So She-Hulk, so in the one of the opening scenes, and I'm not here to review the show because I could rip the show apart for the full fucking podcast, but she crashes in the car, the blood gets in her, right? But in the car crash, as a human being, before she hulks out, she has scratches on her face, cut over her eye, her clothes are all ripped. Then she turns into Hulk. Then she turns back and she ends up staggering into a bar late at night. You know, she's in the bathroom, she's cleaning herself up. We've seen this scene before where a girl who has just kicked ass in a movie, right? And then all of a sudden she's got one little black eye because she just beat up the whole fucking Yakuza, right, with sword fights, and we think, oh, she's a feeble old woman, poor girl. Don't take that from that man, sweetheart. Whatever he is, you should leave him. Really, not realizing that the joke's been done, the story's been done a million times. So she comes into the bar and she's cleaning herself. She's in the bathroom in the bar. She cleans herself up, and all these women walk in, and they go, the thing just happens like what I just said, right? They'll go, girl, I don't know who you are, but you don't need to take that from him. Or her, or they. So let me get this straight. So you're walking into a bathroom and you've seen a woman who, in your eyes, because you made the assumption, obviously you didn't think she hulked. No, you don't see that. You see a woman with a black eye, you're like, walked into a door, or she's telling people she walked into a door, right? Husband gets a bit handsy with her, boyfriend gets a bit handsy with her. We don't think logically that maybe she's an MMA fighter. I know a bunch of girls who fight, right? But if you see them with a black eye, you're gonna go, "Oh, what the fuck?" You think the worst, right? So, anyway, she goes, "Girl, you need to take that. You don't need to take that from him. You don't need to take that from her." They say her, or they. So you're telling me you walk in and the assumption is she is being abused. She has just been assaulted, possibly raped. Terrible thing to think about, but let's be honest, right? Clothes are ripped. So you see that, abused, possibly sexually assaulted, battered, and your first reaction is to worry about the pronouns of the attacker. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're up against now. That's what. So anyway, these are videos I see of Andrew Tate early on when I first got introduced to Andrew Tate, when he popped up on my algorithm, because maybe I'm Googling I'm sick of women, which I didn't say it, but... So Andrew goes, and I call him Andrew, and, and I'm listening to him, and he's like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, we need to step forward, we need to stop, I'm like, I'm all in, I like this a lot. Then you start seeing a video here and there, just a little one, you go, alright, agree with you, not necessarily that one, right? But before I do that, before I get into the videos, the things that made me go like, I kind of need to step away from this guy. I need to stop watching this guy. He's no longer making sense. Let me tell you about who he is. So he was, first of all, what a lot of people don't know this, right? Because he's got a fucking shitload of followers. A lot of young men, a lot of angry young men who just worship the ground he works on. he walks on. Everything he says, they go, yep, he's a real G. They call him the real G. G means gangster, is not a gangster about him. So a lot of the people, the Tate stickles, as I call them, the Tate stickles, that's copyrighted. Every time you use that, you're going to pay Mick Thomas $6. So every time these little Tate stickles see a video of him, they win for Tate, all that kind of stuff. Let me tell you about him first, that you may not have done your research. He was on a reality show in England called Big Brother, which I'm sure you've heard of Big Brother over here, and I think the Americans did a version that never took off, but it's a bunch of people live in the house, and that's it, and the cameras follow him around everywhere you go. So that's where he's from, a reality show. Having said that, his work ethic is impeccable. He's worked really hard. He's made himself a multi-millionaire, which you cannot do nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. Right? He was a former kickboxer like me. He talks about watch his fights. He's good, man. He's good. I'll be honest with you. Give me 6 months training though, Andrew. I'd like to go with you. Right? I'd like to get on some of that dosh. If you're offering, maybe I'll quit the podcast. How about that? You beat me, I'll quit the podcast. If I beat you, I get a few million. That's fair. Anyway, he's a good record. He's a decent fighter. His work ethic is phenomenal, and he's made something of himself. He's created a lot of businesses, right? So he in Romania, he lives in Romania now, and he basically got into the casino business, turned his life around, not turned his life around as if he had a bad life, but he worked really hard, made himself a millionaire. Good for him, right? Good for him. Became an internet personality. Trying to make as much money online as he can, which again is great, man. It's fucking great. It's great. So he goes out and podcasts. So now he's saying these things. Men need to stand up for themselves. All for that. Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely. Let's stop putting up with shit, lads. We don't need to put up with this stuff anymore. We shouldn't feel bad about being what we are. We shouldn't have to go to the younger generation of men and say, stop being yourself. I get that. And I'm an advocate of that. I really am. But I start watching these videos, and once you got past all that, once you got past the message of, hey man, it's okay to be a man, it's okay to be a dude, it then bleeds into women are bitches. Like, legit, that's their name. I want you to, you need to just get me a beer, shut the fuck up. That's your purpose in life. Shut the fuck up. If you have been with X amount of men, then I don't want to hear you. You're a fucking, he thinks the world's problem can be solved by women putting their body count, how many men they've slept with, on their forehead. Now, before I go into the wildness of his videos and the things he says, a big part of me is respecting the shit of him, because I think he's being a Conor McGregor. Because Conor McGregor sells tickets by being an online asshole, but Conor McGregor wasn't the first to do it. Mayweather was doing it. Muhammad Ali did it. Although Muhammad Ali really, truly believed it deep down. So many people. Then you go to England, Prince Nassim has done it. These guys talking about how great they were. They become a bad guy in the boxing world, in the fighting world, MMA world, and it helps sell tickets because they want to see the bad guy lose. So a big part of me thinks that Andrew Tate doesn't believe all this stuff. He doesn't believe all these things he's saying. He realizes the more shit he talks, the more people I'm doing a fucking whole episode about him, for fuck's sake, right? So this goes out to thousands of people, and now you're going to know. So we're all talking about him right now. So he's a genius in a way. Like, if he's been a character, he's a fucking genius. And again, I respect the shit out of him. But I'm watching these videos, and I feel now that I think he's done. I don't know. And again, it's just my opinion, right? And it's my opinion. Again, respect the man's work ethic, respect his hustle. But I think now he's fallen from a tree and just clutching at branches. Now I think he's just saying, because he said all his important stuff. I think he's done saying his important stuff, and now he's just throwing out things just to say things. Like, I watched a video of him the other day. It's like, you should have fucking... And his accent kind of goes in and out. And I'm not going to make fun of his accent. Why would I? I have a fucking weird accent. I go American. I go Irish sometimes. I talk to my Irish. I'm hardcore Irish. But he goes back and forth. So, between his accent. But he's there talking. I saw one this morning. I didn't go looking for him. It's still on my algorithm. Pops up and he's like, every man should carry a sword. Every man should carry a sword around his house. And when his wife starts nagging, he goes, shut up, bitch. I have a sword. And the comments are, yeah, I'm going to go buy a sword now. Like, what kind of fucking idiots are listening? First of all, you're a fucking moron, man. Really, carrying a sword is what it takes. Okay. All right, we get it. Your dick is small, so you need to carry a sword. That's fine. And in the video, he's got a sword. And it's not a sword. It's a fucking letter opener. That's not a sword. And all the comments from his Tate-sticles are all going, yeah, I'm going to go get a sword too. All right. No problem. Go do that then, you fucking idiots. I've seen videos like women should have a body count on their foreheads. That would solve the world's problems. Now, I kind of have something not similar to that, but I have believed if women can control the world if they want to. Women, if you stop fucking asshole guys, there will be no asshole guys. Do you understand the power you have? It goes away. It goes away. Because the guys are like, they're not going to sleep with us. Why not? I don't know. Because we're shaving our heads into mullets again. And we're getting perms. We're grown men getting perms to make it all curly and fluffy on top. Women should go, we're not doing that. And then men would stop doing it. So you do have that kind of power. But Andrew believes if the women have a low body count, like if you're with a girl who only has one or two, that's perfect. As opposed to a girl who's been with more than 5 or 6. I don't know what his number, what he deems disgusting, but he so there's a lot of that stuff. So he's gone to the point where he likes to hear himself talk. I heard him the other day on a video. Well, and this is what kind of made me think he's clutching at straws, right? My opinion is when he started to talk about the difference between cats and dogs. I swear to you, you can find it. It was on TikTok. I think they tried to take it down, but you could find it. And it was like, fucking dogs are better than cats. And he's really like passionate. Cats are shit. Dogs love you more. Cats don't love you. And he's going to this whole fucking thing. My dog is better than your cat. If there's a fire, I guess my dog, I'll fucking eat your cat. I'm like, really? Like, and he's passionate. That's your clip for the day? Dogs are better than cats? What happened to the guy fighting for men's rights a few weeks ago? Where's he gone? He's shitting on cats now. Is that your only enemy? Because if you said everything because you make great points. And I'm going to keep repeating that throughout this podcast. You've made great points about men being men and toxic masculinity and how we kind of getting a shit deal in certain things because we are. Sucks to be a white fucking male nowadays. It really does. I'm all for that, mate. Keep saying that. But is your well dry of stuff for men? Or, you know what I mean? So now you're like, fucking dogs are better than cats. And people are like taking notes. Yeah, fuck it. Get rid of the cat. Why? Because Andrew doesn't like it. Get me a sword and get rid of that cat. But I like my cat. I don't care. Make me a sandwich, bitch. That's like he's calling women bitches. So I heard him on, and this is my point, and this is what like the Tate Stiggles don't realize, that he's very passionate, he's very well spoken, but if you watch enough of his stuff and really pay attention to him, he contradicts so many of his own points further down the line. He did a whole video on men shouldn't have depression. Men, if you have depression, you're weak. If you have depression, you just stop it. He just said, if I have depression, I stop it. I just turn it off. There's no such thing. He goes, there's no such thing as depression for men. There's no such thing. You're just weak men. There's no such thing as depression. There's no such thing as a weak mental health for men. You're just weak men. That's what he says. Then when he's doing another video where he's shitting on women, which is freaking pretty much all of them, he's shitting on women. He's like, women are the cause of men's mental health. So wait a minute, does it exist or doesn't it exist? Do we have a mental health issue for men? Like, does it not exist? Are women the cause of this thing that does? Like, what? I don't know what you're saying. You're getting mixed messages from you. Women are causing this thing that you're also saying doesn't exist. It's a bit. I just need you to be a little bit more, But the best one was when he was on Tom Segura's podcast, Tom and Christine's podcast, Your Mom's House, I think it's called. And I listened to it, and the interview was back from December, I think, 2021. And that's when you really, and it's such a huge part to me, man. That's where the wheels were spinning. Like, I think he's being a character. I don't think he believes everything he's saying. But he's like, every woman is a bitch. Bitch, do this for me. Bitch, do that. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I don't need you to talk. Right? Again, that's his thing. A part of me thinks he's in Romania, which is not far off a third world country. Very, very poor, a lot of poverty there. So any kind of hot woman that kind of attaches herself to him is going to be grateful for not starving that week. So maybe she's going to play the game with him. But so he's on Tom's podcast, and he's like, you need to fucking be a G. I'd fucking roll up to the airport. I'm a G. During COVID, I don't wear masks. I tell them I don't fucking wear a mask. I walk into the airport. So here's the point I'm trying to say about contradiction, how he contradicts himself. He's like, I roll up to the airport and they go, sir, where's your mask? I don't fucking have a mask. I don't have a mask, bitch. So she goes, all right, I'll go get you a mask. She gets the mask, gives it back to him. Like, she goes, you got to wear the mask. All right, I'll put the mask on, but I'm not wearing a mask. And he goes, so I just hang it off one ear. I'll show her. I'll hang it off one ear. She goes, sir, if you got to get on, we need you to put it on 2 ears. Then I just hang it on 2 ears and I have it around my chin. It's around my chin. I'm like, I'm not fucking complying. I'm not complying. And she goes, sir, then you can't get on the plane without it. Goes, and then I put the mask on. So basically, you put the mask on. You started the story, but I don't comply. I don't put the mask on. Yeah, your point was, I made the bitch go get it. You said your words, not mine. I made the bitch go get it. But you still end up wearing the fucking mask. So if you're the G, which means gangster, I don't know why whatever. You're the G, but you still end up you're telling the Tate sticles, don't wear masks. But in your story, you put it on anyway. And you leave, man. It's weird. And the funny thing is, like, he insults guys, like, goes to some of his businesses, right? A multi-millionaire man, hard-working guy, successful. And you can't sit there and go, not be envious or not be jealous, but you gotta give him his props, right? He's got more money than me and you combined, all the listeners. He's doing really well for himself. He's done some really great deals. The man works hard. He's a product of his own environment. He believes what he's selling, right? He's doing great. So his business consists, he owns casinos. Fucking great. Good for him. Great moneymaker. He has a thing called Hustler University, where anybody can sign up. I think it's $14 a month. I could be wrong on it, right? I didn't look into it, and I don't think I'm going to do it. But what does he do? He teaches men and women. He doesn't exclude women on it. To be entrepreneurs, help you how to make money. We need more people like that, right? We've all fallen into the realization that 9-to-5s are it's a trap, it's a scam. We've opened our eyes to that. We don't want to do that anymore. We realize that if we put our minds to stuff and we work hard, we can make money by living a life that you want to live. And he's set up that organization. That's great. Hustlers University. We need more people to show people how to do that. All for that. Then he's got the War Room. The War Room is like higher end, right? So when you make a lot more money, you can get into the War Room, but no women allowed in the War Room. Sorry, girls. I know you might be an entrepreneur right now. You might make necklaces on Etsy and think, thank you, Andrew Tate, you showed me how to do that. I'm going to join the War Room. You can't get in the War Room if you're Andrew will not let you in if you're the War Room. And then the last one is that for a guy, he shits on women in OnlyFans. Women are just trash, they're in OnlyFans. You don't want a girl that's in OnlyFans. And he owns an OnlyFans management company. You know what I mean? Which is that the equivalent of the owner of McDonald's doesn't eat McDonald's? Is that what that is? It sounds like it. I own the whole Subway franchise. Would you like some Subway? I don't fucking eat that shit. What's wrong with you? So I think that's what Andrew's doing. Again, these are some of the business he's in. So he got his house got raided the other day based on what I read online. His house got raided the other day because they're now thinking that the OnlyFans, and this is my weird thing about this, they say some of the girls said they were pressured into being on OnlyFans. I don't know, man. I that's always a weird one for me when girls commit certain acts and then they're kind of embarrassed by it and then they come back and they go, well, you talked me into it. Talking someone into it is it really a crime? I don't know. I'm kind of very weary about that stuff. I really am. Like, you're an adult, to make your own decisions. If someone talking you into it is not enough to go raid the guy's house. Some people are saying there's videos out there of him abusing females. I've never seen it. Verbally, he's a fucking pig. Absolutely. Verbally, he's a pig attacking women. But so they kicked him off online because of some stuff he said about women. It was verbally assaulted women. It was he was attacking them. Verbally, he didn't physically attack. And someone said there are videos out there, but I haven't seen those, so I'm not going to say they exist. But I am fascinated with the guy, and I just think that he is an interesting character. Do I believe he should be cancelled? I don't know what was the thing that they cancelled him for, but the danger thing is that all these young boys, and they're boys, they're all buying what he's selling. right? They're buying what he's selling, and I get the whole, listen, it's okay to be a man, stand up for yourself, be a man, but when you're pushing them, hating on cats, that's too far. Carry a sword in your house, and most of these people who are fans of his, they're living with their mother. Can you stop it, lads? You're living with your mother. Stop acting like you're top bitch and you're bottom bitch and you're all a common win for Tate. Can you stop? You live with your mother. I'm looking at your profiles. I'm clicking on it. You're all mommy's boys. Stop acting like you hate women and you're better than women because you live with one. One still does your laundry, probably cooks. You might have a job that you come home to. I get it. There's nothing wrong with living with your parents. There's nothing wrong with it. Times are tough out there. Rent has gone up. Mortgages are gone up. Sometimes you have to live with your parents. But stop acting like you're him because... And you want to hate on women and all women are bitches because you live with one. She does your laundry. She's not your slave. She's your ma. Can you knock it off? Just knock it off. But it's going to be interesting to see what unfolds with this guy. Check him out. Judge for yourself what you think of him. A big part of me thinks... he is contradicting himself on a lot of videos. That's what I've noticed from going back and forth on the videos, watching him. But I do think he's been a character, and I think and I think he's winning. If he's been a character, he's winning because I'm talking about him. You're listening to him. You're probably all going to get off this fucking podcast and going to Google him. So good luck to him, man. I wish everybody the best of luck, right? I really do. But the offer still stands with Andrew. I'd love to go a few rounds with you, mate. Just give me a few times to get the old hips. The hips are a bit, I'd say, stiff. I haven't thrown a kick for a while. I've done boxing. The boxing's going well, but I haven't thrown a kick in about 10 years, I'd say. So give me 6 months. I'll go with you. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. A friendly exhibition, we'll call it that, with a winner. How about that? An exhibition with a winner. I'm just trying to get paid, lads. You know what I mean? I got $48 in my bank account. Right, so am I going to be mad at Andrew Tate's work ethic? No, the guy is balling, as they say, balling. But I guess my message at the end of it, look, if you have women in your life, let it be mother, sister, daughter, wife, girlfriend, friends who are women, I think they deserve a little bit more of your respect. You know what I mean? Than to follow this guy's philosophy. His original philosophy, it's okay to be a man. Of course it is. It's okay. Don't shy down. Don't back down. Don't be yourself, lads. You know what I mean? Don't. It's not wrong to go to the gym. It's not wrong to get muscles. We look good with muscles. It's not wrong to be into fighting. It's not wrong to punch drywall. It's not wrong to go hunting. Don't let them tell you that it is. All right? Just don't go the other way, too far the other way. All right? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I wish you well, Andrew Tate. I really do, mate. And I hope you get this whole thing sorted out and we'll get you back online again. It would be nice. But, again... Thanks for liking, listening, subscribing and sharing, lads. I really appreciate you swinging on by. Give me a, I don't know, fucking whatever. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Put your comments in there. I know I'm going to get attacked by this one. And this is why I was kind of holding off. But I feel I got my point across whilst being respectful. Respectable or respectful? I feel I got my point across by being respectful at the same time. But... people hear what they want to hear, and I'm going to get shit on in the comments section on YouTube and Spotify. But anyway, if you don't want to see those comments, I fucking don't. Check me out, and also the Manxiety Show, my other podcast, and go see me live, everybody. And as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.